Have you ever stopped to think if your daytime naps could be quietly sabotaging your health? For many older adults, napping feels like the perfect way to recharge, an opportunity to catch up on rest, recharge, and get through the afternoon without feeling drained. But what if that seemingly innocent nap is actually doing more harm than good? What if, instead of offering a boost, it's leaving you more vulnerable to health issues you never saw coming? As we get older, our sleep patterns naturally change, and for many, daytime naps become a regular part of daily life. But the real question is, could those naps be throwing your body off balance in ways you never expected? The truth is, too much daytime sleep could be wreaking havoc on your body in surprising ways. In this video, we'll dive into the hidden health risks of excessive daytime napping for adults aged 65 to 80. We'll look at everything from how it disrupts your sleep cycle to its impact on brain function, digestion, and even heart health. By the end of this video, you'll understand why naps might not be as innocent as they seem, and what you can do to regain control of your health. So, if you're over 65 and you're a frequent napper, stick with me. You'll discover how small changes to your routine can make a massive difference in your energy levels, sleep quality, and overall well-being. Let's get started. Disrupting your circadian rhythm. The hidden danger your body runs on an internal clock called the circadian rhythm. It's the rhythm that tells you when it's time to wake up, when it's time to wind down, and when it's time to sleep. When this rhythm is functioning correctly, you feel naturally sleepy as night falls and wake up feeling refreshed with the dawn. But excessive naps? They can throw that delicate clock completely off balance. If you nap too long during the day, you risk disrupting your body's sleep signals, creating confusion and restlessness when bedtime arrives. Studies have shown that naps lasting longer than 30 to 60 minutes can delay the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you fall asleep at night. Robert Harrison, a sleep expert with over 25 years of experience, says that many older adults think a long nap will help make up for a rough night of sleep. But in reality, the opposite happens. Long naps trick your body into thinking it doesn't need as much sleep at night. The result? A restless, frustrating night where you toss and turn, unable to get quality rest. The more you nap, the more this cycle repeats, leaving you groggy during the day and restless at night. And that's not all. Too many daytime naps mean less exposure to natural light, further confusing your body's understanding of day and night. Over time, this weakens your body's ability to differentiate between the two, leaving you stuck in a cycle of poor sleep. Disrupts nighttime sleep patterns. We all know that good, quality sleep is the cornerstone of health, especially as we age. But have you ever noticed that after a long afternoon nap, your nighttime sleep is a little off? Maybe you're tossing and turning, unable to find that deep, restful slumber that you crave. Or perhaps you're waking up far too early, feeling groggy and disoriented, unsure why your body isn't syncing with its natural rhythm. The truth is, long daytime naps can have a direct and disruptive effect on your nighttime sleep patterns. As you age, your sleep cycle naturally changes. You might find yourself waking up more frequently during the night, or having a harder time falling into deep sleep. This is a normal part of aging, but when excessive naps are added to the mix, it can make the situation worse. Napping during the day can interfere with your body's natural circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates when you feel sleepy or awake. That internal clock is delicate. It thrives on consistency and routine. But when you take long naps, especially later in the day, it sends conflicting signals to your body, making it harder to fall asleep at night. This issue isn't just an inconvenience. Poor sleep at night can lead to a host of problems, from irritability and mood swings to impaired cognitive function and weakened immune defenses. According to the National Institute on Aging, seniors who nap frequently, especially for long periods, are at greater risk of experiencing disrupted nighttime sleep and poor sleep quality overall. It's a vicious cycle. Long naps during the day lead to poor sleep at night, and poor sleep at night leads to more exhaustion during the day, prompting the need for even longer naps. So, if you've been relying on long afternoon naps to catch up on sleep, your body may actually be sabotaging your efforts to maintain a consistent, restorative sleep schedule. Instead of indulging in long naps, aim for a balanced routine. If you feel the need for rest, consider shorter, more refreshing power naps, 10 to 20 minutes, earlier in the day. This will allow your body to wind down naturally come nighttime, setting you up for deeper, more rejuvenating sleep. Your body will thank you for it, and your energy levels will be more consistent, keeping you sharp, alert, and emotionally balanced. Increases the risk of depression and anxiety. You might not immediately connect excessive napping with mental health struggles. After all, naps are supposed to help you feel more rested, right? But for older adults, the impact of long daytime naps extends far beyond just physical tiredness. It can significantly affect your emotional well-being. When you spend too much time napping during the day, it can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness, especially if you're not engaging in social or stimulating activities. Social interaction is one of the most important protective factors for mental health as we age. But when you're constantly resting, you may find yourself withdrawing from others, feeling less motivated to reach out or engage in conversations. It's easy to see how this could lead to an increase in feelings of depression or anxiety. A study published in the Journal of Affective Disorders found that older adults who napped excessively were more likely to report symptoms of depression and anxiety. The reasons? Long naps often leave you feeling isolated, disconnected from the world around you, and even hopeless at times. And there's more to it. Napping for long periods during the day can also contribute to a disruption in your sleep-wake cycle, which in turn can affect the brain's regulation of mood. Poor sleep quality, as we've already mentioned, is linked to higher rates of depression. It can create a vicious cycle. Poor quality sleep leads to feelings of sadness or frustration, and then you feel compelled to nap longer to escape those emotions, which only exacerbates the problem. In fact, an article published in The Lancet Psychiatry pointed out that the more frequently older adults engage in daytime naps, the more likely they are to experience negative emotions like sadness, irritability, and anxiety. Moreover, long naps can signal that your body isn't getting the right amount of rest at night, and in turn, your body's physical and mental systems struggle to balance. The lack of quality sleep at night makes it harder for your brain to regulate emotions, leaving you more vulnerable to mood swings and emotional instability. If you've noticed that napping longer than usual makes you feel emotionally drained or even sad, it might be time to reconsider your sleep habits. Engaging in active, stimulating activities during the day, such as getting outside for a walk, talking with a friend, or even picking up a hobby, will keep your mind engaged and lift your spirits. It's not about avoiding naps altogether, but rather about finding balance and making sure that your body and mind have enough energy to thrive. Disrupts blood sugar levels. If you're managing your health carefully, you're likely aware of how crucial blood sugar levels are to your overall well-being. But did you know that long naps, especially those taken later in the day, can have an unexpected impact on your blood sugar? If you're one of the many older adults managing diabetes, pre-diabetes, or just keeping a close eye on your metabolic health, it's essential to understand how napping can affect your body in this way. When you nap, your body enters a state of low activity, which can cause insulin sensitivity to decrease. Insulin is the hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar levels. During periods of inactivity, such as sleeping, your body becomes less responsive to insulin, and this can lead to spikes in blood sugar once you wake up. This is especially concerning for older adults who may already be dealing with insulin resistance or other metabolic issues. Research published in Diabetology showed that taking long naps could increase the risk of elevated blood sugar levels, particularly in people who are already at risk for diabetes. But it's not just the duration of the nap that's concerning. It's also the timing. Napping later in the afternoon or evening can disrupt the body's natural rhythm of insulin release. If you nap too close to mealtime or before bed, it can lead to a delay in your body's ability to process glucose effectively, which can cause blood sugar levels to remain elevated for longer periods of time. This could make managing your diabetes much more challenging. So, how can you protect your blood sugar while still getting the rest you need? Keep your naps shorter, no more than 20 to 30 minutes, and avoid napping too late in the day. If you're managing blood sugar concerns, It's also important to engage in light physical activity after you wake up to help your body process glucose and keep those levels steady. Even a short walk can make a significant difference in how your body handles blood sugar fluctuations. You don't have to sacrifice your naps, but paying attention to timing and duration can help you maintain better control over your blood sugar levels and your overall health. These expanded sections should provide even more insight into how excessive napping affects physical and emotional health, making the content even more comprehensive and compelling for the viewer. Let me know if you'd like any further adjustments or elaborations. Increases risk of cardiovascular issues. Have you ever woken up from a nap and felt a strange heaviness in your chest, your heart racing, or maybe your blood pressure felt slightly off? For many older adults, these sensations are dismissed as just part of aging. But in reality, they could be a sign that excessive daytime sleep is putting unnecessary strain on your heart. When we talk about cardiovascular health, it's easy to think of it as something that only gets attention during the night, during deep sleep. But the truth is the impact of naps on your heart can be just as profound. Research has shown that long daytime naps can increase the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and poor circulation. A comprehensive study published in the American Journal of Cardiology revealed that older adults who napped for longer than an hour during the day had a staggering 25% higher risk of developing high blood pressure compared to those who didn't indulge in extended naps. And it's not just the duration of sleep that's concerning. It's the body's response to long naps. During a nap, your heart rate slows down significantly. But when you wake up, your heart must work harder to stabilize blood pressure levels. This constant fluctuation can put your cardiovascular system at risk over time. And there's another unsettling truth. Long naps, especially those over 90 minutes, are also linked to a higher likelihood of stroke. Research from the European Society of Cardiology found that those who took lengthy naps were more prone to poor circulation, blood clot formation, and other heart-related events. It's a perfect storm. Not only do you have more stress on your heart from fluctuating blood pressure, but you're also less physically active, which compounds the risks. Physical activity is one of the most effective ways to maintain heart health. Something as simple as a brisk walk can work wonders for cardiovascular function. But when you're napping excessively, you're likely moving less, weakening your heart over time. So, if you've ever experienced dizziness, lightheadedness, or an irregular heartbeat after waking from a long nap, your body could be sending a crucial message. Your heart may not be getting the rest it needs in the right ways. Keeping naps short, especially for those over 60, is a way to keep your heart in optimal condition. It's about balance. Sufficient sleep without sacrificing your cardiovascular health. Reduces physical activity and muscle strength, muscle loss is something most people don't see coming as they age. It sneaks up on you slowly. You wake up one morning and notice that climbing stairs, getting up from your favorite chair, or even reaching for an item on the shelf has become more difficult than it used to be. You might not even connect the dots because it's happening gradually, but it's one of the most dangerous and often overlooked consequences of excessive napping. Your body needs constant movement to stay strong. As we get older, physical activity becomes even more critical to maintaining muscle mass, joint flexibility, and overall balance. But the reality is, the more time you spend napping, the less time your muscles are being actively engaged. And over time, this leads to a gradual decline in strength, flexibility, and endurance. According to a study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, older adults who frequently napped for extended periods were found to be significantly less active throughout the day. Less movement means weaker muscles and slower reflexes, which means a much higher risk of falls and injuries. It becomes a vicious cycle. Less muscle engagement equals more fatigue, and more fatigue makes you less motivated to move. Patricia Owens, an expert in geriatric mobility, notes that many of her older patients don't realize that muscle loss is the result of long periods of inactivity, not just aging. Each nap, each hour spent lying down instead of walking, stretching, or even standing is one less opportunity for your body to maintain its strength and vitality. One of the most concerning risks is sarcopenia, the loss of muscle mass that becomes more prevalent as we age. This condition doesn't just affect your strength. it affects your independence. Simple tasks that used to be second nature, like walking to the store, standing up from a chair, or climbing a few stairs, become much more difficult. So, if you've ever woken up from a nap feeling groggy, heavy, or unsteady on your feet, you're not alone. But those feelings of sluggishness may be more than just temporary fatigue. They could be signs that your muscles are weakening, and this can severely impact your independence. Instead of taking long naps, consider keeping your body engaged by doing light stretches, walking around the house, or even just standing and shifting positions throughout the day. These small movements will go a long way toward keeping your body strong and your mind active. Impacts mental clarity and cognitive function as we age. It's natural to worry about our mental sharpness. Memory lapses, difficulty concentrating, and a general feeling of mental fog can feel like a normal part of growing older. But what if I told you that the solution to that brain fog might be hidden in your sleep habits? Specifically, your daytime naps. We often think of naps as a way to recharge our brains, a brief break that allows us to reset and feel more alert. But here's the catch. Too much daytime sleep can actually have the opposite effect. Instead of boosting mental clarity, it can leave you feeling more forgetful, less sharp, and even at greater risk for cognitive decline. In fact, a study published in Alzheimer's and Dementia found that older adults who nap for more than an hour during the day were significantly more likely to experience cognitive decline compared to those who took shorter naps. Excessive daytime sleep disrupts the brain's natural activity patterns, particularly the ones responsible for memory consolidation and cognitive function. Elizabeth Carter, a neuroscientist specializing in aging and brain health, explains that the brain relies on a structured sleep-wake cycle to effectively process and store memories. During the night, especially during deep sleep, the brain does critical maintenance work, strengthening neural connections, clearing out toxins, and consolidating memories. But when this cycle is disrupted by excessive naps, the brain doesn't get the necessary deep rest it requires, leading to a decline in cognitive function over time. Forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, and a general sense of mental sluggishness are often the early warning signs that your daytime sleep habits may be undermining your mental clarity. Even more concerning, frequent naps reduce the time you spend engaging in mentally stimulating activities. Socializing, reading, problem solving, or engaging in hobbies are all vital for keeping your brain sharp. But when you spend more time napping, you're naturally less involved in these activities, which means less brain stimulation. Over time, this lack of cognitive engagement can contribute to memory loss, difficulty concentrating, and even a higher risk of developing conditions like dementia or Alzheimer's. So, if you find yourself struggling to recall things you once remembered easily, or if your mental sharpness seems to be declining, excessive daytime napping could be a factor. Instead of reaching for the pillow, try stimulating your mind with conversation, puzzles, or light physical activity to keep your brain in top shape. A short nap can be refreshing, but it's critical to keep it brief. Too much daytime sleep might just leave your mind foggier than before. While naps can certainly be a refreshing break during the day, it's essential to understand the potential consequences of excessive daytime sleep, especially for older adults. Napping for too long or at the wrong times can disrupt your sleep patterns, lead to emotional imbalances, and even pose a risk to your physical health. It's about finding balance. Short, intentional naps can be beneficial, but it's important to be mindful of when and how long you nap. Paying attention to these habits can help you maintain better sleep quality, mental clarity, emotional well-being, and even manage chronic conditions like diabetes. Ultimately, the goal is to optimize your health and daily functioning, ensuring you feel rested, active, and mentally sharp throughout the day. Healthy sleep habits, proper timing, and engaging in activities that keep your mind and body active will help you navigate the natural changes that come with aging, allowing you to live a life full of energy, joy, and vitality. By being mindful of your napping habits, you can take charge of your health and avoid the risks that come with excessive daytime sleep. It's not about completely cutting out naps. It's about finding the right balance that works for your body and your lifestyle. So, the next time you feel the urge to nap, ask yourself, is this truly refreshing, or is it something that might be holding me back from achieving a deeper, more restorative night of sleep? Your body will thank you for making the right choice.